live chat. It is a beautiful Sunday morning in America. It is Sunday, right? Hold on. Let me check. Yes, Sunday morning in America. Ronnie Metal. It's fucking nice out here. It's a little chilly, actually. Tiger. See how chilly it is? Look, big boy pants. I got leg sleeves. Thank you. BDJ. Give y'all something better to look at. Well, that's a crazy question, Tiger. Lugnut, Ohio. Yeah. Dirty fucking lurker. Kane. Y'all know how this shit works. We might have somebody. We might not. Goes where it goes. I don't really have any topics today. I never said it was cold. I said it was chilly. Ha. Ha. I don't know if I want to have serious conversations today or not. Watch out for psyops in the chat, y'all. They will lead you astray. Top chat's coming for your children. No, Ohio, he did not. Would you like me to punch him in the throat? I will do that just for you, Ohio. If you ask me to punch Hillbilly in the throat, I will. Yes, please. Done. Next time I see him on site. You hear that, Hillbilly? You lurking? You lurking some bitch? Next time I see you, it's on site. Sucker. Straight to the throat. This is true, Leanne. Hot ass days make it fucking shitty as hell in the morning. Agenda for me today is I am fucking with trees again. That's about the extent of my workday today. Got the goats out on the leashes this morning. So if they start screaming, that's why. They're separated. For being goats, they sure are picky as far as what they eat. 21 pin thumbs. Yep. Communism at its finest. Canning carrots today. Popped a watermelon this morning. Sitting in there on the stove. I got one more watermelon left to pop. It might be ready now, but I'm going to give it another day or two just in case. I almost went back to bed. Had another sleep-in day like yesterday almost. My eyeballs are dry. I cannot wake up for shit. Hillbilly, get over here so I can throat punch you. Next time I see you, Hillbilly, on sight, sucker. On sight. This face, this to your throat. Just saying. Because of Ohio. She told me I had to. Filled the pond up. The ducks want nothing to do with it. They are slowly turning into some spoiled little bitches. Oh, man. What's on the agenda for you people today? What are we getting accomplished? Hell, I still might go back to bed today. Take me a little nappy nap. Oh, we know what you did. The only thing you got left now is consequences. Well, I'm lurking and listening too, Yankee. Teresa. We can all sit here and be lurkers. Shit. My eyeballs are so fucking dry. What are we talking about, y'all? I got nothing this morning. Nothing at all. I don't know why you're asking me. Ask her. Shit. Duh. I don't want a message from Hillbilly anyway. It might be contaminated with something. America. It's early and extremely late at the same time. 20 people, 15 thumbs, 5 minutes. Jesus Christ. Longest 5 minutes of my life. If I think about Garth Brooks songs all day, that's fucked up. I hope you think about AOC having diarrhea all day long. I could fall asleep right here in this chair. It feels like a Sunday. Extremely slow. Bunch of retarded ass tourists out on the road, but they're leaving. Thank God. Sons of bitches. Hopefully, this will be the last big tourist weekend since everybody's got kids going back to school. That would be very nice. Get these foreign sons of bitches out of my shopping district. Fucking tourists come in here and take all the bread and all the milk. Why are you still typing in chat when you're supposed to be painting? Ohio, you don't want to help those people. You know what I mean? Nothing but problems comes from trying to help those people. Yay, Scrapper's here. Yay. Well, looks like that's the end of the live. All right, y'all. Good day. We're just smoking, looking at trees at this point, y'all. If you want conversation, you got to start it. We're just going to sit here and listen to bugs. Love is an extremely over exaggerated word. I'm not even sure if I'm in like with you yet, Scrapper. Right now, you're just kind of tolerated. I haven't evaluated my like assessment yet. America, am I smoking alone, y'all? $49. Goddamn, that's too cold. Where's the middle ground? Too damn hot or too damn cold? America. KP, what up? Yep, all you menopausal women can take a break from your hot flashes when it's 107 degrees outside. I mean, we're pretty much high 80s, low 90s for the rest of the week. Chance of rain. but I don't think it's a big chance. Oh man. If it stays like this, I might fuck around and try to burn something today. No big piles. Trash pile, maybe. I don't know. I am dragging trees all day. That's pretty much what I got going on. I almost got it cleaned up, raked up and shit, looking nice and purty. The next good rain we get, we'll have a big fire. Well, the movie theater here in front of you, the moss is not dead, but it has not grown in about a month because of the heat. But it's not dead. Definitely needs to be raked and weeded again. But it's still alive. Hell, thinking of it, I might go ahead and we get the done today. I might drag the hose down here and just let it run for an hour or two, flood the whole thing. Benefits of well water. I ain't got to worry about no fucking water bill. If I had to pay city water, I would not have any of this shit out here. My yard would be completely empty. That's too many words, man. Ooh, Lady Smith, what up? $400 for damn it, man. Why does that look like a catfish? Gypsy. Hi, I'm the type of woman that Hillbilly likes to make out with. That's what we have resorted to, y'all. Playing with bugs. Hope you're proud of yourselves. America. Nana. Whatever y'all want to talk about, throw it out there. I'm just here. We might have somebody, we might not. We're at 15 minutes, so anything from this point on is, kind of a gamble. Oh man, shit. New York. Be entertaining? Oh, well, shit. I would find another channel. If you want entertainment this morning, you might as well just keep on scrolling. Edward, what up? Ohio, I'm trying to figure out how you can type and make sandwiches. Days. I have decided I am not going to use this awning right here. You find humor in your reflection, Scrapper. Yeah, it's too. I mean, I don't like it. It's too thin. It's too flimsy. It's just too bleh. So this is just going to get squashed up and thrown into the scrap pile. I don't like it there at all. I saw you leave a comment on it the other days. What did it do? Like, is it something that I would be able to see? So you added yourself to the live or the video. America. Oh, you talking about the archway? It's flimsy as shit. I mean, I probably won't squash it until I actually take it off because I might use it for something else. I might try it for the gourds next year. That might be something. That's something I definitely know would cover the entire thing extremely quick. Actually, I might be able to put it over there by the garden, by where the beans were. I'll take it over there sometime, set it up, and see what it looks like. If it works, it might just stay over there. "31 people, 22 thumbs." Oh, y'all just sitting around being creepy little lurkers. America. Take a field trip here in a second. Excuse me. Goat's losing his shit. All right, everybody got a battle buddy? Pair up. Hold belt loops. We're going on a field trip in a minute. Let me grab my necessities. Days the whole thing. There's a video of it. The whole thing. I've got a video of it. The shorts. I just cut it into 3 or 4 pieces and put it up like that. But the original, like the Black Pill trailer video, like that whole video thing, it's been up for years. We did that, what, 2, 3 years ago? Yeah, it's just in my regular videos. The whole thing solid. There's like 3 or 4 different versions of it. Some got edited. I think the original one was like 7 minutes long, 7 or 8 minutes long. There was one that was like 4 or 5 minutes long. I mean, it was all the same thing. It was just edited different. BDJ, appreciate you. I have no idea what I talked about yesterday. That's what replays are for, days. I need a golf cart or like one of those little hover round things to just putt me around the yard. The hell are you doing, man? The fuck is that? You're not supposed to be up there. Bro, that's my fucking table, man. Kind of shit. No, don't put your horns near my swimsuit area. It ain't that serious, dude. Come on. Get over here. That's right. Don't eat my fucking toes either, Rich. Where's your buddy? Where's your buddy? Ah, don't bite my fucking toes, pussy. No. Nobody likes you. Michelle, just over there being lazy as shit. Slay Queen. They have destroyed my elderberry. I'm going to have some left, but goddamn, they tore that thing up. You ready to go inside? Come on. What are you doing? Why are you being an asshole right now? Come here. Get off my fucking foot. Motherfucker, you're perfect slaughtering age. Keep acting stupid, bitch. Walk. Come on. Be free. Man. As you were. Filled the pond up somewhat for the ducks. See? Nice and clean-ish. Just got the top half of these over here to do and the other side over there. And these are ready. So that's what I'm doing today. Finishing off them tops. Don't tell them what they're supposed to identify as, Nana. Xeno Swarm, what up? John Cook. $27 minutes. Good stuff. Find some level ground around here. There you go. What are we talking about, y'all? I don't know, BDJ. I'm not sure. It'll probably be. It would be after a harvest season, so I could just sit back here and retarded, you know. I still got to scrape it down, get all the bark off of it. Might take a belt sander to it, smooth everything down. I'm not really going for everything being level because there's too many dips and dings. Consistent is pretty much what I'm going for. Enjoyed the conversation with Shad. Yeah. I like talking to Shad because Shad will explore his mind. He will have a deep conversation. Can actually maintain one. I think we're at the point in this country where even a stupid idea, God damn it, somebody had an idea. Maybe we should at least hear it, you know? Even if it is extremely fucking retarded, at least somebody's throwing something out there. Well, you have fun, Tiger. I'm going to sit here and get more intoxicated and look at trees. Those of you who have been around for a while, my solution has been consistent. Break your dependency. That's the only way they'll ever take you serious. But the majority is not going to do that. So, improvise, adapt, and overcome. We got to stop looking in terms of when are Americans going to get fed up and stand up, where we're literally expecting tens of millions of people to stand up and rise up. It's just not going to fucking happen. What up, River Rat? There will be a handful of people who try to spark a resistance, but the majority, they will go about their daily lives, following their schedule. People, what do we replace it with? How about what was working until they made it different? In theory, that sounds like a good idea, but we can never go back to the way anything was. We like to compare politics of today to a political climate of the 70s or the 80s or the 50s. That simply doesn't exist. We are not those people. The culture has changed 30 times since how it used to be before they made it different. We are not the same people. We are not our grandparents. We are not our great grandparents. The laws and restrictions that they had in those days do not apply to us. We live a completely different lifestyle. Culture's different. Understanding's different. Intent is different. We are no longer a trust society. Simply changing the government's not going to fix that. You got to change the culture. Change the culture, you'll change politics. You can't change politics and hope that the country will get better. That's not how it works. Because people are still fucking stupid. And guess what? Stupid people are still going to vote for stupid shit. You got to fix the culture. You can do it by force, and that makes you one of them. That makes you a blue hair. We're going to change this country by force. Or you can do it by persuasion, influence, example. Live what you actually fucking talk about. Somebody sees it, oh, like, oh shit, look at this dude doing something. That's a good idea. Planting seeds, that's revolution. Getting one person to grow a tomato plant or some onions in a windowsill on their porch in their yard, that's revolution. Consistent. Western culture is being eroded by the trash coming in over the last few decades. Y'all know how I feel about foreign invaders. Not a fan. But it's Americans that let them in. It's Americans that are sympathizing with them. It's Americans who are screaming, nobody's illegal on stolen land. You leave food on the floor, yeah, cockroaches all over the goddamn place. Not only do you have to deal with the cockroaches, you have to be like, hey, dumb bitch, keep your food off the floor. You know what I mean? One doesn't happen without the other. And the basis of every problem that America has is caused by an American. Air quotes. Magic! We are the cause of our own suffering. Fact check true. America. Bucky P. We want to blame everything else and everybody else. It's always something else. Nope, it's us. We're doing it to ourselves. Not trying to get into some religious shit, but the hypocrisy or the lack of self awareness, I'll say, in these cliques, these crusaders, these fucking race baiting pieces of shit from every race baiters in general, pieces of shit. Outpost, America. Like, I get it. We got foreign invaders and all this other shit. For those of you who've been around, you know why I have such a deep, deep hatred for Somalia and India. I think they are heretics from a corrupted ideology. Sunni Muslims are fake Muslims. That's right. I said it. Anybody got a problem with that? Eat a dick. Sunnis are the lesbian preachers of Islam. Should not exist. And that's the thing that we have here in America too. Oh, this is not compatible with the Constitution, with America. This doesn't fit here. This doesn't belong in America. All right. Maybe so to a certain extent, but when are we going to start cleaning our own house? When are we going to stop acting like we know about other people's religion when our religion is just blatantly being corrupted in front of us and being spread throughout the world? Corruption. When do we get to start cleaning our own house? Where's the accountability of those who claim religious zealotry in this country? Where's the uprising against the lesbian clergy? Where's the uprising against the churches who support abortion and homosexuality? Little kids dancing on stripper poles behind the pulpit. Where's the outrage for that? How is that compatible for America? Don't hear anybody talking about it. Can't judge your own, right? Can't criticize MAGA. If you voted for Trump, you can't criticize MAGA or you're the enemy. All that shit. Tribalistic bullshit. People mad at nothing. Don't even know what the fuck they're mad at. Fighting wrong enemies. Picking wrong battles. Helping those they claim to hate. Everything's a contradiction. Everything's a psyop. Everybody's too worried about hustling. I got to get that money, no matter who I fuck over, no matter who I hurt. In this world, you got to get your money. Fuck you. Fuck your world. Fuck your money. America. There are no warriors left. One thing that is a possibility, you get enough people together, you build a community that's vetted, that's solid, that has each other's backs, strengths and weaknesses known, humility, a real community with no ego. Unincorporate yourself. But it'll never happen. All kinds of options. There's a million fucking options out there on how to do it. We just need to start looking smaller. It's not going to take 30 million people to set an example. It's going to take 1,000. It's going to take 100, 50. John, of course, yes, there are a few left. I'm saying as a whole, there's no warriors left at all. Modern day America, being in the military doesn't make you a warrior. Simply enlisting and being a soldier, that doesn't make you a warrior anymore. Have you seen the class of people that are coming out? Wearing the uniform's not enough. "30 people, 33 thumbs." Right on. What are we talking about, y'all? Just sitting up here getting motivated this morning. Preparing myself to drag trees for the next 6 hours. I don't think a first world country at a certain point is conducive in creating, a warrior culture. Think our combat veterans are warriors? I would say a giant chunk. Just because you fight doesn't make you a warrior either. You know what I mean? You can be a fighter and not be a warrior. Right, Lugnut? It's the second part of that statement is where everybody gets fucked up. I've met a few warriors in my day. I've met a few warriors here on YouTube. In the grand scheme of things, there's not many. What you talking about, Buck P? What you know about my area? Take it easy, John Cook. Yeah, warriors are hardened. And even that, even the difference between a warrior and a fighter, there's no costume. It's mindset. It is a philosophy. Just because you were a warrior once, that doesn't make you a warrior for the rest of your life. It's not a title that gets carried on in a modern world. America. It's like the 50-year-old man who can't get past his high school football days. You know what I mean? 30 years ago, I ran a 49-yard touchdown and blah, blah, like that shit. Like, okay, cool. You used to be a football player. What are you now? Same concept. Right on. You used to be a soldier. You used to be a warrior. What are you now? Philar. Yeah. There's no need for warriors in a modern world. So they suppress it with fluorides, cultural things like toxic masculinity. What you talking about, Yankee? The goddamn gridiron, sir. Warriors of the pigskin. They say it, it must be true. As the world softens, or at least our perspective of the world from such a pampered fucking position, we just get a little bit weaker. We slowly start changing definitions around. We can't be real warriors, so we'll name our high school the Warriors. We'll name our foosball team the Warriors. You know what I mean? And we'll apply these words to shit that means nothing because this is the only example of hardness that we have in a soft fucking medicated country. Soft and fluffy as a baby fucking kitten. We have to add scary names to mascots so we still feel like that we can actually do something. Break your dependency. Literally the only thing you can do. Flying V. Dave. Dave's here, y'all. A nation that doesn't have warriors is a nation that has way too many safety nets. Everybody wants to claim that they're a warrior. They'll do warrior shit when it's time to do warrior shit. The vast majority of Americans, let alone American men, have never had a physical altercation. Have never been smacked, have never smacked anybody. Finally, I got 3 ripe tomatoes. Hell yeah. Murray, what up? We have lost our way as a people. Oh, shit. Match head!
What's up, man?
Guten Tag.
Skull.
I think we have an echo on your side, sir.
I think I killed it.
Yes, we do.
How about now?
Check, check. Nope, still echo.
Check mic check 1 2 4 7 9 12.
I'm getting feedback with my
Okay. This is YouTube, right?
Yes.
Okay. YouTube on my phone. Let's see if I can do something here.
Row. Lead in the stream.
Let me pop out and come back in.
Super. BDJ, that is a fact true. Look that way, weirdos. Making it weird, Murray. Making it weird. Can y'all hear the loud as shit? Check. We are good.
Check. I hear you. Lima Charlie.
Boom. We are 5 by 5, sir.
Outstanding. Cool. Push a button here or there and boom, see what happens, right?
Magic Head. Start
Hello.
over.
Yeah. I like this conversation, man.
Warrior culture is dead in
Yeah.
America. Prove me wrong.
Yeah. I think we have this we would like to be warriors. I mean, you see it with I can it bugs the shit out of me when I see Vikings everywhere. You know, I'm like, oh really? You're a Viking? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Just because you wear all the jewelry and you cut your hair in that douchebag looking mohawk way and look at me, I'm a Viking. Okay. Yeah.
It's easy to put on a costume. We see it
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
Itchy warrior phenom. Yeah. I'm a firm believer that we are in the age of weak men. think
Yeah.
we're not at the start of it, but we might be a third of the way into the era of weak man. I think it's going to get extremely hard, especially for the generations who are coming up, because what Nancy Pelosi, those, they're about to age out of life. Motherfuckers are old as shit. The generation that's coming up behind them, they're all as intelligent as AOC. She will be making legislation for this country, for you, for me, for all of us. And she's retarded as fuck. And the people that will follow her are going to be worse than her.
Yeah.
We haven't even begun
Yeah.
to see hard times yet.
I mean, right now she's got a nice butt. That's about all she got. Everything else is just trash and socialist, and she's a parasite. She is a parasite in the making. Yeah, like you said, I think she's gonna be the next Nancy Pelosi 2.0. I mean, she was raised by Bernie Sanders.
Right.
I mean, what I'm saying, this is Bernie Sanders' love child with socialism.
And each new class of politicians is getting more radical and more ignorant than the last, and it's been consistent. There's no changing, because the people of America keep voting them in, which means your neighbors are responsible for it.
What's up, Trent? Yeah, I see you, Murray. Everybody in chat, how y'all doing? I've already said hi once. I didn't say it again. Okay, that's 2 times. All right, I do it 3 times because I like doing things 3 times. Hello, everyone in chat. How are you doing?
That's the last hello you get. So y'all put that shit in your pocket and fucking save it.
That's it. That's all you get. Yeah, I've always fancied myself a warrior. I could safely look at my life and say, yeah, I've been a fucking warrior, because I've had a very hard life. Because I would say, no, I'm standing my ground here, and it made my life a lot harder because of that decision. You know what I'm saying? I said, no, I'm not going to do this, or I'm going to do this. And everyone around me is like, that's a very bad idea. In work, in life, whatever, it's a hard life being a warrior, right? That warrior mind, that warrior ethos, right? You make a checklist for yourself and go, okay, I've got to be this, I got to do this, I have to have these attributes to be a warrior, right? And follow this path. Do not deviate from it, right? And it's hard. It's a fucking hard life.
Do you
and
think
everybody
that
looks at you.
anybody who has never had to, I'll say, the basis of a warrior is you automatically imagine a physical fight. Can somebody be a warrior without ever having a physical fight? Or struggle? You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yes, I'd say so. Absolutely. I mean, I think it's part. If you're generals, look at generals.
Right.
Generals that literally, they are the chess players, right? They fight with, and that's what a warrior does, is they fight with their mind. Their mind is the most, uh, uh, di- dangerous thing, because I'm training my mind, not my body. My body has to follow, because that's just part of it. You got to be strong, tough, and ready, and all that shit. So you'll see these generals that go to the gym, that work out, yet they never fight physically, but they are in the fight. They are making things happen. They're making decisions. They're making tactical, bringing up tactical solutions for the task at hand, right? And sacrificing. I mean, they're staying up 12, 14, 18 hours, right? Running around with coffee, and telling everybody what to do. I can make sure this is that, boom, boom, boom. Right. So that kind of warrior, and it's like the warrior, when you're doing that, you don't stop. There's no, you know what? I'm tired. I want to take a nap. It's I'm about to pass out because my body is exhausted, my mind is exhausted. but I need to stay alert for maybe 5 more hours because the campaign is I have to make sure that the campaign does its thing. Is I have success. Okay, maybe 20 minutes. I go in the bathroom. I go in the outhouse and pass out for 10 minutes. Somebody walked in there. Hey, General, let's go. Oh, okay. You know, at some point, you have to fight. You're fighting yourself. So a warrior fights himself more than he does the world. Uh,
Muffin
really
top.
does. Tactical muffin top. Yeah. Think about. I look at war. I find warriors in the weirdest places. Right. Your EMT. Right. Your hospitals. Your Leos. Um, you know, the warehouse manager. You know what I'm saying? Just it's a war, it's a battle, and he is in there, he's in it, and he's totally committed and totally focused. And everybody's like, wow, how do you do that? And you know,
But
disregard your own.
does that constitute the definition of a warrior today? I'm just playing devil's advocate. Oh, we're just having
Yeah.
a conversation.
I wonder.
Would the implication of warriorism from today withstand scrutiny from a warrior of 300 years ago?
On a broad general scale, no.
So
'Cause,
have we lessened the
you would think about,
to fit our culture instead of to
yeah,
fit the
it's a culture thing too. Look at Japanese warriors, samurais. They gave up, but some of them gave up everything. America. Some of them gave up everything to walk a path. And they grabbed a sword and took to the road. And it would always lead them somewhere. You know, uh, if they got a job, if they found there was an interesting movie. So I forget the name of it, but basically it was a retired samurai, and he was a warrior. Like he been in battle, won many battles for the shogun. Right, he was world renowned in his swordsmanship and his discipline, everything. He would stand in the rain for hours. Just standing there. I mean, he just had that. He was very nice. He was a gentleman to everyone, but he was also like very firm. Right, he protected the weak. He had the ethos, and so it's a weird TV show. It's a Japanese TV show. Well, he's
I've only
retired.
seen Japanese game shows. I haven't. I'm into the game shows more than I'm into the kung fu because it's just a good time.
Oh yeah, okay. So the story is he's retired. He's given a pension by his shogun. He's given a house. He's given bags of rice. But he has nothing to do. He has no job. He's retired. He walks with a limp. So they get him a cat. And that's the whole move. The whole thing is how he's like trying to figure out this cat. It's like, I don't understand you. You're being all cute and cuddly, and next day you're like wanting to, kill me. It's just he's trying to figure out a cat, and that's how he's adjusting to the real world after being a warrior for so long. They got him a cat.
But the essence of a warrior is to have a purpose. When a warrior retires, there's no more purpose. Where do you focus your energy? What do you do with the rest of your life? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're dedicated to a cause for your entire life, and then boom, the last twilight of your years, you're handed yourself back. Who are you?
Don't know what to do. And so he would go hang out. Basically, he would go hang out at the Japanese cop shop, or he would just wait, and some runner would come quick, and he would go from like sitting still, playing with a cat, contemplating his life, in peace, and go, let's go, right? He would wake up, boom, let's go, right? Yes, battle, yes, purpose, direction. Yes, I got a purpose in life. I got to go take out some crazy some marauders, and then boom, he's back to playing with his cat again, and drinking tea. He's like, this sucks.
What But see, that's the first world, like we were talking about earlier. It does not cultivate the need for such a thing. When you have tax collectors and stuff, however you feel about the police, however you feel about the military, it's still a government entity overlooking people. Do the people,
Yeah.
like, how do I put this?
It's made to
The
intimidate.
respect for the warrior is lacking because the only warriors are government funded. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah. I mean, and they're made their purpose is to intimidate the populace and to coerce them with might. Might makes right, right? So of course they're in the gym. They're big, big monsters of men, and they shoot all the time. They got all this gear, and they're authoritative, and But does that, yeah, I would say that some of these Leos are warriors, but their
Some of them.
ethos is to the government. Their allegiance is to the government, not to. It's not aligned with you. It's not aligned with the warrior ethos of walking that path of righteousness and not wielding to any of the thorns along the way on the path. You know what I mean? You can take the easy road, but the hard road is what you have to walk.
You think the samurai were tax collectors? At the end there, that's pretty much what they became. Yeah.
Well, at the end, they became Ronin. They were just like, bye, we don't need you anymore. And so they're running around. Yeah, they're running around trying to find purpose and get paid. That's where the Yakuza came from. They would employ them a lot, And, hey, why don't you work in our house of debauchery and gambling?
That's the definition of a Ronin, is a warrior without a master, right?
Yep. Samurai without a master. And a samurai was like a general all around, but he was also would fight. And he was well versed in all of the military tactics, everything. That's where your ninjas came from too. A little history lesson. Ninjas were samurai because subterfuge is part of the military doctrine. Subterfuge and surveillance and all that, and assassinations and all that. Even though they're well known for going onto the battlefield, hundreds of thousands of men and hacking each other to death. Right? They had to know other things. They had to know things of state, right? Formalities and how to do paperwork, how to govern, an area, because they might be given an area that they just conquered and have to. Well, fuck, I'm a warrior. Here I am, like trying to be a governor. No, So they're constantly having to learn, new things, because there's new innovations coming out, and they got to find new ways to keep themselves invincible, basically. Still walk the path. They have too much heart, basically.
Right. Yeah, I'm black pilled.
You've black pilled me. Yeah, last night black pilled me. Yeah, it black pilled me. It did. I thought we were going to get off the ground and get into this great scenario, and nope. Couldn't even get a freaking revolution off the ground.
As I say, the goalpost changes so much. The news cycle changes so much. We hated these people yesterday, but now today, this is the bigger threat. So this is the enemy. But tomorrow it's like, oh, shit. Now these guys are doing worse than they are. So today, these guys are our enemy. You know what I mean? It's like back and forth to keep measuring. Oh, they did this. Oh, now these guys just did worse than. Oh, these guys just did worse. Look what these guys did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm still mad for COVID. I'm still mad for the lockdowns.
Yeah.
I'm still ad for forced vaccinations. I don't give a fuck what has happened since COVID. COVID enough should have been enough to kick off a revolution, to kick off something in this country. COVID
I was,
itself
yeah,
should
I
have
was
been the
ready
great.
for it.
It wasn't.
Yeah, it should have happened then. Mandates, right? Yankee, yes. Yes and no. Yes and no. But yes, it's like a switch. You know, something happens right now, I'm running out the door. You know, let's go. Right.
I think
But
you.
yeah, I mean, it's the public opinion, and for a warrior that cares too much, it's overwhelming. You know, you just want solitude. You're like, leave me alone. You guys, this world is crazy. War was easier. You know, war was a lot easier.
Less rules.
Right. Right. I'd have to say I was the first the Marine generation to have ROEs, rules of engagement.
Uh, that was the stupidest thing I ever heard of. As soon as it become commonplace, well, we can't engage because of rules of engagement. We just kind of got to get shot the fuck at until somebody on the radio says, "Yeah, you can shoot back, defend yourself." Why the
Yeah,
fuck are
yeah.
we there?
Had to ask for permission.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
Or
part of the warrior ethos is to be able to act decisively. You know, you know, like Yankee says, turn on that switch. There are things that turn on that switch. What our being triggered as a warrior means it's time for immediate action and dynamic action, right? And a decision. I am being decisive. I'm going left, I'm going right, and that's the decision I made, and I'm going full speed ahead. You know, it's shocking to the world when someone does that, you know, in real life. It's like, what the fuck? What are you doing? Why are you jumping from cover to cover and, you know, got your gun a certain way and, you know, you're yelling commands and, you know, you're knocking people down, jumping over stuff. You're like, what the? No, you know, calm down. It was just a firework. You know,
I think the sign of a truly great warrior is being able to control when, to be able to control that switch. Like I said, you can immediately go to whooping somebody's ass right back to holding an infant. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's eventually it will fade. That's
yeah,
just the part of age. You know what I mean? But
I can definitely relate to that. Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. Yeah, it tempers, you know, and it's you have to do a lot of self work, so inner work to get that way, you know.
I would say
Military,
the true
it
definition of a warrior, in my opinion, like one of the staples, would have to be the self awareness to know your own weak spots. You know, like they're. I think a true warrior does not have ego because they know at any time, any place, you know, anybody can have the upper hand regardless, and it all comes
yes,
down to mindset and
yes,
discipline.
absolutely. It's Sun Tzu said it best that a warrior works diligently to make himself invincible, and then looks for weakness in the enemy, and also knowing your weakness, knowing your strengths and knowing your weakness. It's better to know your weaknesses,
Yeah.
you know, and not have that ego, because ego tells me I'm 10 foot tall and bulletproof and the baddest motherfucker around, you know, and then
Right.
some 9-year-old shoots me in the neck. You know, like, damn it. That's how I die. Who is this warlock? I don't know.
Joshy Melton, who the fuck are you?
I'm just the rantings and ravings of a madman. You know,
We are
I
starting.
let my hair down. I let my hair down for Sundays, and it does what it
We're
wants.
we're looking into starting a cult over here, and Shad is the guru who has already started a cult. So we're over here recruiting. If you would like to join our cult, you know, Send me
Yep.
an email. I'll send you a Kool-Aid packet. We'll get started.
Yes, I will send you a necklace, a charm necklace for only $2,999, and you can be a part of the call. Yeah, and then of
That's
course
cheap.
sign away your life. All your assets get signed away to me.
That sounds like a damn good deal.
Yes. Lady, Josh. Okay, you sold me. That was easy.
I have a pamphlet for you, Joshy.
Yeah, yeah. We'll do Tai Chi, and then we'll do foot beatings, where we beat your feet with with rods and sticks, so you can't get away, of course. But it's to help purify your mind.
And at sunset, we will have transgender goat yoga out on the back lawn.
Yes, with our residential transgender goat guru. Meh. Basically, we just put a dress on a goat.
Metal. We had metal at goats. Right. What up, y'all? 119 so far. 35 people, 41 thumbs. 11:57 in the only time zone that matters. This
Got
is
12
Mad Shad. He has a channel. Drop his link, please. If you're not subscribed to Mad Shad, fuck you.
Still
Purple. The only acceptable Kool-Aid is purple.
purple.
If you
Really?
call it grape, we know you're an outsider and we can't trust you. If you call grape Kool-Aid purple, you're a psyop. I'm just saying.
101, right? That's right. You make more money as a leader, but you have more fun as a follower. Yeah. I don't know. I just know like red, green, purple. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think red was the most popular, is the most popular flavor. Didn't know
Right.
a color
Red,
could be a flavor, but it is.
red, dark red, and purple. The only thing we had in our house.
Every now and then we get the lime green. You know, you're like, "Ew,
Yeah.
what is this? You know,
That's when
give
you
me
buy
the
them by the
red.
bundle packs, you get stuck with the greens. Yeah, I think the main reason we no longer have a warrior culture is because people don't want the responsibility of leadership in any kind of fashion. They want the praise for leadership, but they don't want the actual responsibility of leadership.
Yeah, I mean, leaders that are warriors. I'd have to say that if it is a warrior ethos, you're in charge whether you like it or not. In some cases, it's just like, hey, you're the right guy for the job, and nobody else is going to do it, so you might as well do the job, right?
Right.
And guess what? You're in charge, right? Yeah, and those who are actual leaders have to work at it. They have to learn to be leaders, and it's a great sacrifice.
Right.
It is.
Joshy, we have established that manipulators can be warriors. Just because they're not on your side doesn't make them any less of a warrior. Subversion, guerrilla warfare,
Mhm. Right.
anything that pretty much, well, no. I don't have a clear formulated thought on that yet, so I won't throw it out there.
The goal of a warrior or a general is to not not fight the enemy, but crush the enemy's will to fight. You know, and that's done in many, many ways.
And we look at war today is soft compared to what war looked like even 70 years ago. If you look back at some of these Asian cultures, war has turned like football. With each generation, there's new rules and new things to protect the soldiers. Even though we're going to kill you, we got to protect everybody. So get rid of napalm, get rid of, chemical warfare, little things like this. There used to
Right.
be a world when they would burn everything down and walk by the smoldering children to continue on what they're doing.
Yeah.
So good or evil is irrelevant when it comes to the mindset of a warrior. It's the mission itself, not the morality of it.
Yeah. That's the other thing about being a warrior is sometimes you gotta postpone morality. You know, broke dick. I'd say both. Warriors are born or made. Because I had a sister, and she was always in charge. She was a leader, and she got her way. She had a way of getting her way. She was very persuasive, especially with a weapon. So that was my sister. I don't know. I'd say she was born that way, but yeah, uh,
It all feeds back into the you will own nothing and be happy. If they're so comfortable telling us what they're doing, and everybody we seen last night as an example, and every other live stream that any of us have done since we've been on here, everybody knows the problem. Everybody can identify the problem right off the bat. We don't like this, on and on and on. Everybody in this country can name a list of shit that they don't like. It's commonplace. And the fact that they can sit there and be like, you will own nothing and be happy. We're going to overtax. We're going to eat the rich. We're going to implement communism, whatever the case may be. When they can blatantly tell you to their face how they're about to fuck you, they own you. Why would
Yeah.
they tell you if you could ever rise up? That what sense would that make? Oh, these people are still strong enough to raise up and take me out. So let me go ahead and tell them that I plan on killing them and their offspring. Let me do that now while they're still strong. Where's the logic?
right.
Revolution is impossible because they're already telling us what they're doing to us. We're in it. Too late now. We know what they're doing and we don't give a fuck. There's no revolution coming to save America.
Yep. I feel that. I feel that. But I'm not gonna change. You know what I mean? I mean, I can't. I mean, change is always it be improvised, adapt, change, and overcome. But I'm not going to change the way I live my life. To suit them. I'm not going to give up on my training or my prepping and shit like that. I'm not. It
Right.
just makes good sense. And you know, keep improving your position. Uh, you know, and chances are hopefully you'll make it out alive, have some kind of freedom, or you die on that hill, right?
Right.
Die on your porch. Who knows?
I don't think America is going to fall with a loud explosion and nuclear fallout and 10 million boots on the ground storming cities. That's not how America is going to fall. America is going to fall the exact same way it is right now. Slow and steady.
Yep.
You can't afford shit. You can't eat shit. All your food is made in the laboratory. You have no control over your neighbors. You're going to work for the state. You're going to live in state housing. You're going to have a social credit score that tells you if you can play your PlayStation or not. Tells you if you get to ride the subway today or not. That's the future. The only thing you can do is cut yourself off from it. That's literally the only recourse at this point. Unless you want to make some kind of moral stand that nobody's going to give a fuck. Like if you have the drive to be like, I've had enough and I'm going to do something. Hey, America, just know that you will not be celebrated. You will be demonized. The same people who sit around bitching about, we need somebody to do something. We need to burn a building, blah, blah, blah. As soon as somebody does it, look at this fucking idiot. Look at this dumb son of a bitch. He got what he deserves. Police shot him. Look at this stupid fuck. We praise the hypothetical until the hypothetical becomes reality. Then we demonize the person and the action and justify why they never should have done it. 2 days later, we're in here joking about how we want to do that.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing going to change.
Yeah. The world is not full of killdozers. It's full of sheeple that are just like, let's go with go along to get along, you know, and try to save face by putting on that mask and saying, yeah, I could have done that, but I got a mortgage,
Yeah.
I got taxes to pay, I got children, I got a house. I can't be doing that. No.
If you spend your life talking in circles, the same conversations you're having today are the same conversations you had 15 years ago. The same complaints you had today are the same complaints you had 15 years ago. You wasted your life, not the government, not the Jews, not the devil. You wasted your life by living in a fucking circle, complaining and not doing shit about it, accepting the reality of your situation. But you sure bitch about it all day long. How many years can you complain about your situation without doing anything about it before people are just like, shut the fuck up? You ain't did nothing about it. Shut the fuck up. What are we talking about?
It's like crying wolf, over and over and over again for years.
It's crazy how many grown ass people I've met over the years. I've known this shit since 84. I've known this shit since 75. But you still live in an apartment building. You still fucking work a 9 to 5. You still pay your taxes. You still do every single thing that you've been doing since 75, since 84. And you ain't changed nothing? How can I take you seriously? Live your life like it's as serious as you fucking claim it is, or shut your fucking mouth. There has to be a line. The self-awareness to be like, God damn, I've been bitching for 15 years. Maybe I should do something. Maybe I should change me. Maybe I should, maybe it's me. That self-awareness is gone.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel those words, deeply and strongly because I am kind of stuck in the rat race, not really. I have choices, right? I can always, and I have just leave, I'm like, I don't like this. I'm leaving. Let's go, America. But at some point, you have to realize that, like I said before, man, I'm suffering here. I've been suffering for 15 years. Maybe my suffering is my cause. Maybe it's me. Maybe I
Right.
need to change myself. Maybe I need to do something different. What's insanity? Doing the exact same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
Right. Like how many average Americans are going to be on their deathbed and be proud of the life that they've lived? How many regrets are most people going to have because they wasted their entire life working for somebody else, chasing something, dying with debt, that they have to pass on to their children?
Yeah, right. It's acceptable now. It's because it happens so much. People just accept their fate, and they believe in fate, right? Oh well, it is what it is. Here I am stuck in the same boring job, same boring life, over and over and over.
What
That
is
never even changes.
what is the remedy, or I would say what is the are people just completely unaware that there are different options, that they don't have to live this life? Is that the cause, or are people just comfortable and this is where they want to be? What's inside the mind of the slave?
They are
How can
comfortable.
you convince them?
They are comfortable in doing what they're told because when you're told what to do, you don't have to think. It's hard. Thinking is hard, right? Surviving is hard. What you're doing is hard, right? I'm talking to you, like what you specifically do, Hutch. It's
Right.
hard. What do you mean you don't have a job? What? You know, you
Yeah.
don't go to work. You don't, what are you talking about? That's it. That's crazy. My parents did it, my parents' parent, my friends do it. Everybody in the world does it. What do you mean? I can just give it all up and just scratch a living out of the land. What? That's hard. No, I like people telling me what to do. and not having to go, well, you know what? I got to wake up tomorrow. I got to wake up at 4:30 so I can feed the ducks and the chickens and water them. Then I got to clear some land. I'm building a garden. I got to get fertilizer, and then so you are making your own schedule, and you're making your own course of actions, right? And things you have to do. And then of course there's the ingenuity part. Well, damn, the tractor broke. I gotta fix it. I gotta figure out a way to fix it. It's hard. In this world, right? In the working world, you have to be at work at a certain time. So that right there, boom, I cannot be late. It doesn't matter what the reason is. If you're late, you're late, and it's hey, you're on notice, buddy, right? And you just go to work and you do as you're told. Yeah, you might be learning a skill, but you're still being told what to do. And then, you can only leave at a certain time. In your life, Hutch, you could just say, you know what, I'm taking a break. You know what, I'm going to take a shower and a nap. I'm going to eat a sandwich. I mean, you have that choice. You know, in the working world, you don't. Man, I got five. I got you know 1 more hour till lunch.
And then you look up and 27 years has passed.
Yeah, yeah,
You're that's what I'm seeing. Like it's the cycle that I'm seeing, Parents grow up bitching about how much they hate, "Oh, I hate doing this, the 9 to 5. As soon as the kid gets of age, hurry up and get out there and get that 9 to 5. Even the parents are pushing the slavery. It's like, this is just the way things are. This is just the way it is. We don't have enough people showing people that there are different options. This is not just the way it is. It damn sure doesn't fucking have to be.
yeah. And imagine being a kid growing up in that. The only thing you're ever taught is compliance. You're taught it from your parents. Do what I say. Do what I say, not as I do. Go to school and just do what you're told. And maybe you'll graduate and get a job where, guess what, you just had your servitude training, so now you're a good servant. You get out of school, you can be one of two things: a good work slave, or a good fighter, a good military. That's it. Or you can go to college and can maybe you're the head slave that tells all the other slaves what to do. Yeah. But
But
yeah,
you'll
you
never
just
be the
immediate
boss.
responsibility. Say again.
But you may lead other men, but you'll never be the boss as a slave.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always
This
have
is about
somebody there.
commander's intent.
Can
Commander's
I
intent
point
is
out
that we
real
got to
quick?
do this.
101, I'm going to need you to never say a serious comment again because you almost ruined my whole day, sir.
I missed it.
He said actual words that made sense. First time I think I've ever seen that.
I see it. People being lazy and scared. Yeah, right. Where's the risk assessment? You know, don't wait for change. Wow.
Who is this guy? Somebody hacked his account.
Wow. Actually spitting knowledge. Man.
He got it from Chat GTP. Yeah, I think we're past the point of revolution, man. Be the example. Stop reaching for the masses and aim for the small groups. Not an army of millions, but a million armies. Right?
Yeah.
You know that everything is fucked. We're being invaded by foreigners, communists, every other fucking thing under the book that wants to destroy everything about America. Yourself around neighbors that aren't that. Create the neighbors and the neighborhood that you want. The people that you want to have to wave hello to every morning. Instead of, oh, this bitch is out again. Fuck. You know what I mean? Why would you live like that?
Yeah. I see it all
Create
the
the
time.
neighborhoods you want. Yeah. Create the communities you want with the people you want to be with. I don't give a fuck about the race shit, but we see a lot of that happening. The white folks in Arkansas, there's some black folks in Alabama. You know what I mean? Who gives gather in groups of your people that you want to be your people, whether that's segregated by politics, by race, by religion, whether it's a open community that doesn't give a fuck about any of that. Find your fucking communities. Create something that's worth struggling and helping uplift, other than some fictional, oh no, the gays are being abused, let's march. Oh no, the straights in Palestine or blah blah blah, let's march. Fix your own fucking neighborhoods. You know? Tired of being invaded? Move. Be around neighbors who feel like you do. Tired of being overtaxed? Move to a place that's not taxing the fuck out of you. You know what I mean? There are solutions.
Yeah.
On paper, it sounds easy. I know. It's not, it's not something, okay, fuck it, let's do it. I get it. It's hard. But sometimes it's not about the actual finishing the mission. It's about making the efforts to actually fucking do something toward the mission. You know what I mean? Nobody's expecting 100%, but goddamn it, give me 3%. You know, some fucking effort, something. You know, and that's in anything. Like we got people in here, a lot of people in here. This is the first time I've ever tried to grow something. Boom, that's revolution. These people literally have just discovered how to feed themselves and how simple it is. That's revolution.
Yeah.
It's that fucking simple.
Wow. Yeah. That's the only way that we get out of this, is that we walk away from it and be self-sustained. That is it. Because now you've taken away their power over you, and now you are in charge of your own destiny, which is scary to a lot of people. You know, they like that false sense of freedom. You know, wow, I'm building my 401k. All right. Yeah, I just got 27 more years and I can finally retire. Beaten down, broken, battered, close to death. You know, I can now I can now enjoy the fruits of my labor. You know, working on that assembly line. You know, clocking in every day. Boom, getting a raise here and there. Oh, thank you. You know, thank you. I deserve it. Or maybe you don't. Maybe they just lay you off. Right? Maybe they just lay you off. Maybe they fire you because, DEI. You know, this 27-year-old Somalian rocket engineer is better than you.
I've got to move forward to the shade some. Oh, all right. Yeah, not living. It's crazy how many 80, 70, 80-year-olds in this country, 60-year-olds in this country who have never lived a single day of their fucking life. Scheduled, programmed, planned, predicted,
Yep.
and accomplished.
Yep. It's been that way for decades, and they didn't need AI for that. We did it freely. We chose that life. You know, we figured
We
that was a
sold corporatism as a way to freedom, stability through corporatism. Work 40 years, get your gold watch. You got your 401k, 2.3 kids and a dog.
yeah. That's badass, my boy. That's great. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, the culture is the real enemy at the end of the day. If we had a correct culture, yeah, you're fucking stupid. You have fun burning in hell over that comment, sir. I'm not going with you.
Money face. Yeah.
He said Trump is Lord. Yeah. Anybody who comes in here saying that a politician is God or godlike, Yeah, I'm not going to hell for you. Fuck you. Get out of my chat, bitch motherfuckers. What's wrong with you? Zealotry is fucking ridiculous, man.
On today.
Squirrel.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, I had some trolls like that, a few times. I'm starting to get trolls like you now.
Hell yeah.
Like, damn, look at you guys coming in here. And hell, they actually kind of stick around for a little bit and go, huh, really?
Most of them are just, parentless children looking for guidance and discipline.
Yep. Figure they can come in here and get a rise out of somebody, and they go, "Oh, wait a minute, wrong bar. Sorry."
They just need a hug. That's all it is.
Yeah, a bear hug that ends in a suplex. Boom.
America, hour 44 minutes, y'all. What's on your minds? We'll get back into it in a second. I went squirrel.
Thank you, Sophia.
Chat participation. What's your take on what we've been talking about so far? Yeah, the problem with zealots is that they don't think they're zealots. Exactly.
Come to the show, how intelligent they are, right? Yeah.
But that's the prime example. Everybody needs leadership. So would a solution be, well, the one solution be the example? Dispense our own propaganda. Propaganda is not a bad word. It's just a description of a way to change minds. If we start putting out our own propaganda and actually start paying attention to the audience that we're trying to reach, instead of trying to force the audience to understand us, maybe we should go and try to understand them, talk to them on their level, instead of being like, hey, I'm old as fuck, I know shit, you're stupid, listen to what I'm telling you. You know what I mean? Why the fuck would anybody believe it? That's what took me so long to get into conservatism. Uptight, bougie bitches that have to act like they know every single thing, and it's always a gotcha moment. Why the fuck would anybody want to learn from somebody who's always got an I told you so loaded up? How's that progress? We get in our own way and then we complain that our way doesn't work. And we don't realize that we're the dumb fucks who are holding shit up, Too many my way or the highway fucking retards. You're here to spread knowledge, not your concept. You spread knowledge for knowledge's sake, not so people can be like, oh, you're such a great teacher. Fuck the teacher. The knowledge is what's important.
Right. Take this knowledge and think for yourself. What does it mean to you?
I'm so smart. Like we see it in chat all the time. See, I told you, I said that such as okay. This isn't an IQ competition. You don't always have, I'm right. See, I told you. That's why nobody wants to have serious conversations, because people get tired of
virtual signaling.
You're wrong. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We got to fix our fucking selves. It's the culture, man. It's the culture that's fucked up. And we got to take responsibility for how fucked up it is because of our inaction, our own negligence.
Yeah. Right. We talked about this last night. Yeah. Yeah. If we could reach folks, I mean, that's the thing. Do we have to get on TikTok? Do we have to go that route and dive into the beast, the belly of the beast, to fight the beast?
I tried to get a program going at our little city park over here, but the city council is a bunch of retards, and they had every excuse was liability. You know what I mean? But we tried to push something, the idea, at least a couple years ago. Community gardens. You get to socialize, you get to teach people, you get to learn things. Learning is far more important than teaching. So learn when to shut your fucking mouth, people. I'm just saying. But little things like that. community gardens, even if it's in your front yard, and you see kids walking by like, hey, here, have an apple, have an orange, have a fucking tomato. You know what I mean? Change the culture, make it acceptable and commonplace. But like, oh shit, grow your food. You know what I mean? It's you got to start creating that conscious where people are like, oh, there are other choices. I don't need to run to the store because my neighbor two houses down the street, they'll throw me some tomatoes if they got some. I don't need to go to fucking Price Chopper. I don't need to go to Walmart. I'll just go ask my neighbor for it. Slowly start changing the culture. Make it more commonplace for self-reliance. Make maintenance more commonplace. Be the example.
Wow. Yeah. Because once you do that and that kid gets that apple, and goes, or that tomato from their neighbor, goes, well, you've been watching your neighbor grow this tomato. Maybe you helped, maybe you threw some dirt in that hole. Maybe you put it in help pot the plant or watched it go. Like, wow, that's pretty easy. I can just, maybe they do it. Maybe they try it. I'm going to grow a tomato, and see what happens. Wow, this is easy. Mom, I grew a tomato.
That's all it takes. Even as something as little as teach a kid how to grow a flower. Here, grow a flower so you can give it to your mom. Boom. You just taught them a skill. Whether they know it or not, that's something they're going to have with them for the rest of their life. A memory. It takes is a memory. Just the seed. Just plant the fucking seed, man. Water it from time to time. That's all it takes.
Mm-hmm. Reminds me, I gotta check on my bonsai. Bonsai. I've had this thing for like 6 years now.
Hell yeah. What kind is it?
It's a red maple. It's only, I don't know, a little bit taller than my head. It stays small, and I've replanted it into a bigger pot, so now I've got to really watch it, and I've abused the shit out of it. I've gotten to I was babying it, now I'm abusing it or allowing it to be exposed to the elements. I water it when I water it. Most of the water it gets is from rain. It gets all the sun or no sun or whatever. Like, just let nature take its course, and get stronger so I can, start shaping it how I want it to grow now.
I have got a sugar maple that I got from Tiger that I have. This will be my first official year with bonsai. I've got it 90 degree at the top, and I'm gonna slowly start swiveling it.
Ah, nice. Yeah.
I grew
And
corn
yeah,
last
like,
first
it's
time. Felt
different.
good. That's how you fucking do it, Keith. That's how you fucking do it, man. America.
Yeah, I picked like a real tree. Like, the easiest bonsai to do are like the Japanese shrubberies because they're already like bent and twisted. But taking a straight tree and it takes years. It takes absolute years to get this thing where you want it, and
Yeah.
it might die. It might die on you. It might just say, that's it. You put me through too much here. I can't
I
take it.
had all the ones that I've tried before have died on me. This is the first time it's actually holding pretty good.
Yeah. Like real trees, like big trees that you see around that you're trying to bonsai. Yeah, it takes just absolute years.
Have you seen the topiary that I got going over here? Yeah, you've seen it.
Yeah. Yep. But your place changes so much. You got
Coming up
so
on
many
year
things.
4. Yeah,
Oh,
year
yeah.
4, and we literally still have 0 height because we just keep pulling it down.
Yeah.
It's a hickory though, so we get a growth spurt like once a year in the spring. We'll get new stalks, you know what I mean, and we'll add about 2 foot per year, something ish, to the branches. Come in, level everything off. I say I still got at least 3 years before everything's level and I can start moving in the next direction. Trying to get everything level first and then go from there. That way I'm not fighting it.
Hmm. Oh yeah, a plan, a long-term plan. Wow.
It's an investment, man.
Yeah, it's a different way of thinking too. You
But
know, it's
no,
not
ain't nobody
something that
gonna
comes
have
right
one.
away.
Yeah,
You know,
and
this
that's
is
what's
not
great about it
instant.
is, yeah, not everybody's gonna have one. So I can be like, that's right, I got it. I put in the work to do it. Fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's literally
I
free.
I go through this place on my hikes. It's called the Prather area, but it was basically like uh, these black folks said, you know what, screw you, society. We're going to create our own. And went out in the wilderness of Ohio and created their own little like area. It's gone now. There's no way there. It's taken over by the parks, but uh, you can see the remnants of the houses. And there's one where somebody built or grew the driveway, the classic driveway with trees on either side that just make that arch going all the way to the house.
Right.
Wow,
Yeah,
that
right.
took years, man. You know,
It's like living fences, stuff like that. You know,
yeah,
I think in a modern world, that's pretty much as close to like monkeyhood you can get as a civilian. I think, find peace and stuff like that is through plants. Plants will definitely teach you patience.
yep, yep, yeah.
But
In a
death.
society that wants it all, wants it now. I want it all. I want it now. Well,
So what is necessary to wake people up? I mean, other
you
than
know,
what we're already doing, total blackout, forced
yeah,
reset.
slap in the
We
face.
we have to help you so much that we need to hurt you first. One of those kind of things.
I kind of look back upon my life and when I was doing something stupid, and I had all these like mature men around me going, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. You should. Okay, go ahead and find out. Go ahead, see what happens. And sure enough, it happens, right? And I get hurt or something breaks, and they're like, "Told you so." Maybe it takes that. Maybe it takes that point. I have to figure it out for myself, right? Because I'm too headstrong and too full of myself. My ego got in the way of my decision making. So fine. What a best way to destroy the ego than absolute life truth. you know,
See,
our
that's
our
the
go ahead.
people were allowed to fall. When we were kids, we were allowed to fall. We were allowed to fail. Nobody's allowed to fail anymore. Everything is somebody else's fault. Like you would have won, but these people held you down because of this. You know what I mean? Across the entire spectrum of the youth, they have been told that they are perfect little angels their entire life.
Positive
Hypochondriac,
re-encouragement.
you know?
Yeah. Affirmations. Positive re-encouragement. Helicopter. Somebody always hovering over them, telling them they're doing a great job, even though they're not. you know. Yeah. Go fail. Go fall down. You know.
I've
I
noticed picking
remember.
up trash off the ground humbles the ego. I can
Yeah.
see that.
Right.
For people who think they're above it, I can absolutely see that.
What's that called? Public.
Public
Public.
humiliation.
Yeah. Yeah. We fall down six. We fall down 5 times. We get up six. That's. I remember that from Kung Fu. Just
But again,
keep going. Fuck it.
see, we're looking at that from our perspective as old people. I mean, I'm only 45, but I'm old. compared to, the world, society, culture. I'm fucking old.
Yeah, community service.
Picking up trash only shames somebody who had shame to begin with.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No press is bad press. So, trying to shock or shame somebody into acting right nowadays, that's just content for their TikTok or their fucking Instagram. You know what I mean? There's no awareness of it actually sticking. You know, it's just another story for their fucking Snapchat or whatever the fuck that shit is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shame is
Yeah.
an
Like
ineffective tool.
humiliation. And so, kind of segueing back into that warrior ethos, you see everybody else being humiliated and shamed and by picking up trash, and they're just like, bitching the whole time. They're, oh my God, I can't believe I'm being, being having to do this. And then there's that one kid that's just diligently picking up all the trash. He's focused on the task. It's not about him being humiliated. It's about him picking up the trash. I have to okay, the task is I got to pick up all this trash, and boom,
Right.
he does it. He just wholeheartedly puts his heart into it, and it's done. You know, is that kid that kid have that warrior mentality? You know, did he learn his lesson? He
Or is
learned
he a
something.
drone? Is he a warrior or is he a drone? Is it a fine line?
Yeah, I mean, he's going against the grain. Everybody there is just bitching and, oh God, look what I got to do. Oh, I don't believe it, and he just accepts it. Right, this is the job. We're doing it. Yeah. I mean, it's that maybe that is part of that. You know, that drone mentality. Work is its own reward, but I don't know. I think maybe that kid has something.
How long until the end? The fad of social. How long until the fad of social media has passed? It never will. It will just evolve.
Yep, they're going to implant it in our heads. We won't be able to get away from it. You can't get away from it now. It's so addictive, right? I mean, there's 36 people watching us now.
Yeah. The way people
Absolute
do things
addicted.
might change, and the way things are produced, the tools may be different, but it will always be there. People will always be connected to people.
Mhm.
I mean, even if you go back to the as soon as we started modernized, the phone book itself, you could literally find anybody in the country at a phone book at one point in time. There was no privacy. I mean, it's it's
Yeah,
never going anywhere.
yeah. It was just harder to find people back then. You had to actually do some type of work and you know dig it up. Go somewhere and dig it up. Now you can just push a button, boom. I mean, it's amazing how many people you can find that don't want to be found. They do it all the time. We put our lives on this thing, and it's accessible to millions, if not billions. It's accessible to billions. Someone in China can find me right now. Someone in Kazakhstan on the steppes, who's like yak herding, can pull out a cell phone and find me. You know, it's crazy.
The world is too small. There used to be a time when the world was big and the universe was big. Then we got way too much information way too fast. Now the world's extremely small. It's real.
Yeah, the age of information has not increased information, has not increased intelligence. If anything, it's made us dumber. That's badass, Sophia. Got a good daughter there. You taught her right.
So many choices in information that people take it for granted.
Yeah, I mean, I was excited when I heard about the internet, and I was like, wow, I can literally look up anything that I want to learn because I'm obsessed, right? I love history. I love all kinds of stuff, right? And I love like just researching things and going, checking things out, um, and that was it. That was my life. I was like, wow, I don't have to go to the library anymore. I don't have to find find some obscure book, you know, and try to, Photoshop or copy paste or photo take a picture of this thing. What was that thing called? The photo thing. Anyway, you take the documents
Oh,
and it blows it up. Yeah, I
yeah.
forget the yeah. I don't have to write somebody and wait for them to send me a copy of what I want. I can just get online, do it. Wow, learn. I learned so much in the beginning. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. I can do this. I can do that. I learn things. But now it's nobody does that. I guess you do, but then you've got AI that writes your paper for you. And, checks all your grammar, spell checks, and everything. And you don't have to do anything. You just say AI, uh, report on. I don't know. Pick a topic, whatever the topic the teacher said. We're studying history. John Bell Hood. Give me everything, and boom, you get this information dump, and it compiles it for you. You don't have to dig for it anymore. You don't have to read for it. You don't have to absorb any of it, and think about what you and try to uh, cognitively decipher what you just read. It's just laid out for you. Boom, here you go, done. All the work done. So your mind is like, oh yeah, I done that in 5 minutes. You know, there, there's no journey.
Well, you have fun, Ohio. They're losing vital skills with AI. But could it be that we're just the aged out dinosaurs who are irrelevant, yelling into the wind? Oh, the goddamn automobiles are the devil. Oh, electricity's the goddamn devil. Oh, radio's gonna kill this country. Are we those people? And revolution is pointless because we're a dying rare breed. And the real future, the real culture of America for the next generation is what we hate, just like what our grandparents hated about ours, like their grandparents hated about theirs. Are we just
Right.
fighting change for the sake of fighting change?
He's an old hippie and he don't know what to do. Should he hang on to the old? Should he grab on to the new? Right? Take care, Ohio. Yeah.
We
I mean,
say
there's
no,
still
but we're obsolete. We're dying out. Boomer generation has got we're within like the 5 year mortality shelf. So pretty much anybody born in the 50s, the mass majority of y'all, you got like 10 years left in life. I mean, so what you want to rebel against is kind of relevant because it's not a world for us anymore. So are we fighting the world or are we just fighting time itself?
oh shit. Yeah.
The nature of America is to change with the culture. That's the premise of the Constitution, the experiment of it. It changes as the people change. That's why culture dictates politics. The culture of the 50s was not the culture of the 70s. The culture of the 70s was not the culture of the 90s. Why are we fighting for old dead cultures when we know the progression of America is to change drastically every 15 to 20 years? Why do we think that we're the ones to fight the change when nobody else has in 250 years?
Yeah. I mean, what comes to mind is the Amish, right? They have literally said that's enough. We're gonna get over here in this little, you know, piece of land here and be our own little community and, sustain ourselves. Yet they get and they fight the invasion, into their privacy. They fight it all the time and they lose. You know, you see people succumbing.
Hmm.
You know, like it'd be nice if I had a telephone. It'd be nice if I had a TV. They try to justify it. There's a need, even though for hundreds of years they were totally against it. You know, and
Right.
still ideologically opposed to it.
And
Like,
we've seen it ourselves in my lifetime. All of us who lived before a world of cell phones and laptops, pre Y2K,
mhm.
you know, we
Yeah,
see how quickly we became addicted to it, and we remember a world without it. Eventually, everybody conforms. I'll never get no debit card. I'm cash all day long. Well, I got a debit card. I'll never get a chip in my debit card. That's the mark of the beast. You see any debit cards without the little chips on them anymore? We complain about so much, but we conform. We give in. Oh, I was calling this thing the devil the whole time, but look how convenient it is. Now I'm completely reliant on the thing that 20 years ago I swore I would die for. What are we fighting? Are we actually fighting? Or do we just need to vent? You know?
5 minutes of rage.
Road
You know.
rage revolutionaries.
Yep. Middle finger to the person that cuts you off, or the person that's going slower than you in your way.
I'm angry. Rabble, 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 rabble.
Rabble,
Back to,
rabble.
back to business as usual. I mean, that's all
Yeah.
it is. That's all we are.
Yeah, I watched the gaming sector explode. There were
Yep.
no games. There was no TV games. And then Atari came out with something, a joystick that you wired up to your TV. And then boom, the evolution of gaming, you know. And yeah, I have to say I've spent a many of hours just staring at a TV screen, just oh yeah. Oh, I have to say that and weed saved my life after the Marine Corps because I was fucked up. But it does have its place. But now it is their purpose in life is to get on that gaming console, right,
And the
and
sad
play
thing
those
is,
games.
it's not even to play, it's to watch somebody else play.
Yeah, right.
Arena, 200,000 people watching 8 people play a game for 4 hours.
Yeah, they got sponsors.
Crazy. It's fucking crazy. Like, I'm a gamer, you know what I mean? Fuck yeah, I think it's cool as shit. I'm anti PlayStation 5. I'm getting rid of my shit. Fuck them. I'm done with them. I will own nothing and be happy, so I just won't own it. Fuck you, Sony. Eat a dick. So, small protests. They want to do
Yeah.
bitch shit. There's no profit. There's nothing for me to gain as a consumer. So I'm done with your product.
Wow. Yeah. I think I still have a PlayStation 3. That's as far as I got. It's in storage somewhere.
Yankee, that's an excuse, and that's a sad excuse. Oh, I had a job. Motherfucker, I bet you had other hobbies. I bet you were out at the bar picking up other little ginger troll faced chicks getting all drunk and shit in the 70s and 80s. You know what I mean? Just because we didn't chase, 2 a.m. specials at the bar doesn't make you any better than us, sir. We played video
That's bullshit.
games instead of taking dogs home every night. I'm just saying. If that's what you did.
Oh yeah, I've seen it, Wingnut. Yeah, it's crazy, and now you get the full interaction. You can put that thing across your eyes and just be immersed in
Yeah,
the
the
game.
Oculus, VR, all that
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
There's a suit that you can buy that you can feel everything that happens to you.
Yeah.
There's a platform that you can run on, which I think is pretty cool. You can literally just run throughout the game, actually run and control where you go.
Oh, if I
That
win the lottery, I'm having 3 of those put in. I'm having special shed built just for it. Shit.
Yep.
Said I am a gamer at heart. I'm a Nintendo kid since birth. I can't quit gaming. You know what I mean? But I can make a stand and protest stupid shit. I've still got a PlayStation 2 and a PlayStation 3 and a PlayStation 4, and I've still got games for them. So, you know,
Right. I like gaming. I do, and I've heard about some of the gaming news. You know, the whole thing with Destiny and PlayStation and all that. So I'm kind of versed on that, and the shenanigans. You know.
You will own nothing and be happy. No more physical discs after 2028. Only subscriptions. You will only be able to rent anything: movies, games, entertainment, books. You will never own a physical copy of anything ever again. Digital
Yeah.
copies only, and they have the right to take it away from you at any time they want because you're just borrowing it.
You see that already. That's a that whole, you know, ivory tower of information, of knowledge, and it's you got gatekeepers, you know, that don't allow you to, you know, look at things. It's, oh no, that's forbidden for you. No, no, you can't see that. No, you have to be this tier to be part of that group to
Gaming is
understand that.
gaming's reinforcing class warfare. Oh, you can't afford this $5,000 piece of nothing that gives you an extra 15 seconds? Fucking loser. You know what I mean? Stupid
Right.
shit.
Yeah. Your computational power is not as good as mine.
Right? We're American. We all know freedom comes after death. I mean, I don't think you have to be American to know that. I think that's pretty universal throughout history.
Edward. Unless you're rich and corrupt, homie, it's over for you. America.
It's over for all of us. What are you talking about? Even the rich and the corrupt. It's over for them too.
Yep. They're just the useful idiots that are you know, they'll go the same way that we did, you know, because there can only be a handful in charge. And you know, they're just in placing they're having the system installed. And so once the system is installed, they're not needed anymore.
Right.
They're the rich, useful idiots.
Tiger said, will you still be able to use the physical disc? Yeah, in the older consoles. The new PlayStation 5s, they are discless. You cannot put a game in there at all. So they're making the consoles obsolete. But the PlayStation 5 itself has got so many little flaws in it. Like if you bump it, you're gonna fuck the USB port up, and you literally have to take the whole thing apart just to fit the USB port. The fan vents get so clogged up with dust and shit that it will literally melt the little silver chip in the middle and destroys all your other shit. So the PlayStation 5 console itself is pretty trash compared to all the other consoles. It's as far as longevity, it's not going to hold up. But I think that was kind of the plan because all new PlayStation 6s and all that other shit, you will not be able to put a disc in them at all. So if you got an older version, you can still play analog. But anything PlayStation 5 console and anything in the future, there's no longevity in it. Once it breaks, you're not going to be able to find parts, or it's going to be so expensive that you might as well just buy the discless one. You know.
Wow,
When you
Edward's
start
coming for
thinking
us.
before we say things, well, that doesn't make any sense. Why the fuck would we do that, Edward?
Thinking is
That's
hard.
comedy, right?
Edward is right, y'all. Wow, Edward, you're so right. Hey, man, I am so blessed that we met the most intelligent person in the universe. Thank you. Thank you.
I have been enlightened this morning.
Fucking enlightened. My mind is blown. Of course. Yeah.
I would say technically, if you could get a PS3 in working order, that would be the way to go as far as an investment for the future, because you can get the original Fallouts, Fallout New Vegas, the original Fallout, all of them up there, and then all the old games, the original CODs, the original Halos, you can still get those on PS4 or PS3. and they will last forever as long as you don't fuck the disc up. And then if you think of the resale market, kind of like what Atari and the Division bullshit was from back in the 70s, if you can keep a hard disk PlayStation, games, and a console functioning for the next 25 years, 30 years, that thing is going to be worth a stupid amount of fucking money. I'm telling you right now. Old
So
analog
my
console.
PlayStation 3 could be my retirement strategy.
Yeah. I mean, look at the money being spent now on Pokemon and all this other shit. Now look how
Yeah.
much they're spending for G.I. Joes, original G.I. Joes, original Hot Wheels. We're in the toy era. You know, that's almost past. The next generation of collectibles is going to be consoles. Gaming is going to be the future. Gaming is already bigger than the NFL, bigger than any of that shit. Consoles are the
Yeah.
investment for the future. I'm telling you right now.
Wow. Yeah, I think you're right. Yep. Toy, not to be confused with Barbies. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, so that's, if y'all don't know, PlayStation has basically said, here's a console. We're not making any more disc games. You have to buy a subscription to play our games. And that's it.
Yes.
Welcome to the new era of gaming. Right?
And if you want any obviously DLCs, expansion packs, extras, any of that little shit, nickel and diamond the fuck out of you. You know why?
Yep.
Because they literally just spent the last 20 years watching these fucking retarded Roblox kids coming up on Roblox and Minecraft and just spending stupid fucking amounts of money on skins and gaming. Literally made it $1 billion industry in less than a year.
Yep.
On stupid little fucking games, buying skins, buying add-ons, buying diamonds. That's what the world is, because that's the people who are going to spend the money on it when it's stupid expensive. Everybody ages out. We are not the market for them anymore, because the generation that will put up with it, they're about to start getting jobs and getting paid. That's the market.
Yep. And they are known as Wygar 265 on their game, you know. And they've spent over $500 on their character, you know.
Right.
That's
So it's
who they
like
are.
I think they said PlayStation spent like $1.2 billion on GTA 6, and they have already made $3 billion, and the game's not even out yet.
Wow.
How much profit does a motherfucker need? You know what I mean? Like, you've paid your staff over. Like, you've got your profit margin. 3 billion is not enough. You need 11 billion. Like, what's the mark? You know?
I mean, filthy stinking rich off of, something. It's something conceptual. It's a concept, right? It's nothing tangible. Like, the only thing that's tangible are the consoles and the servers.
Right.
The rest is just signals, flashing, blinking lights on a screen that you're paying big money for. Are you not being entertained? Well, $4.99 will make you more entertained. You know.
Right. Like, I'm gonna miss gaming, but not that fucking much.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I got a chessboard.
That's where I'm like, now, shit. I find other things to give me flashy lights to distract me.
Yep.
I mean, I like chess. Shad knows. I'll play some chess. It's been a while. You know what I mean? I'm iffy, but the only person I got to play chess with is Hillbilly. And have you ever seen a fucking monkey try to use? It's basically the same thing. You know what I mean? There's no cohesion there.
on to A4. I mean A3. cribbage board, chess. Yeah, I mean games in theory though, that used to be games in theory is how we entertained ourselves and how we learned. I mean, you would learn, like I say, I learned so much by playing chess.
Right.
I learned who I'm playing. I learned about myself, right?
That's why
And-
chess is technically banned in a majority of Muslim countries, especially for that. It reveals
Really?
strategy. Yeah. Back in the day, Soleimani outlawed it in the camp because they were fraternizing amongst ally cultures. And if you played chess with the enemy, you showed him what kind of strategy that he can look forward to if you were to ever go to war with him. Never play
Really?
games that reveal your strategy. Never wrestle or play games that reveal your strength. Not with the enemy.
Interesting. I did not know this. Wow. And backgammon, right? Backgammon came from Persia, right? Is that right? Came from Persia and then adopted into the.
I'm not sure. I know it was Middle East somewhere, or at least adjacent.
Yeah. Another interesting game. Not different. You only have very limited strategies, though. You know what I mean? But yeah, chess. Different types of chess, culturally different types of chess, right? Your Hermaphrodite, your Chinese chess. I mean, it doesn't take much. You just got a piece of leather with some lines on it and some bones that you carved, and there you go. Bones and wood. Let's have fun, right? And of course, that's where betting came from, right? It becomes a spectator sport, something to do on the field while you're sitting there waiting for the battle tomorrow. Like, hey, let's gamble and play chess, play games. Anything that gets your mind engaged, and for everybody else, it takes out it's a spectator. You're either a player or you're a spectator, right? And we all sit around, and you've got your armchair warriors in the crowd. No, you got to move this piece. No, idiot! I told you so.
Right. Man's desire for competition will never go away.
Yeah, I agree. But I'd have to say they're breeding it out of us.
Yeah.
They're trying to kill that competitive spirit. It's only going to be for the select few, right? Your football players, your basketball players.
Eugenics, some would say.
Yeah, selective. Oh, you're not competitive enough to be a basketball player, so you got to work in the salt mine. Sorry, right?
That's what they. One of the main reasons that I respect the hell out of ants. I won't kill an ant, even a fire ant. Like I won't kill an ant because, again, ants were used throughout history, through every culture. They were studied, used as battle tactics, as strategy, as cohesion for cities. How do we make this thing function? Let's watch ants and see what they do. Efficiency.
Yep.
Things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I love ants. I have to say, sadly enough, I've killed probably billions of them in pest control. But the study of ants, it is perfect symmetry in an asymmetrical world. I remember there's a island somewhere. I forget where it is, and I think it's in the Pacific or something. And it's kind of a Western island. But every year, trillions of ants rise up and march across the island.
Yeah. I want to see that. That's if I was to take vacations, like that's the type of shit I want to go see. It's like,
And they have a modern world like we live in today. And they do not kill the ants. They let them do their thing. And they're not trying to kill anybody. And they're cleaning everything. Like they run through an office, and the lady's on the computer, and she's like, there's a line of 500 ants underneath her arm. She's just typing away, working. She's like, yeah, they clean up every crumb, anything. The place is so much cleaner. You know, they just let them do their thing.
But you see, as long as even the enemy, the Satanists who are in charge of everything right now, excuse me, they have been watching and studying ants. You look at eugenics, it's basically the forming of an ant hive, or the same thing as with beehive is also the same. Wasps are the same thing. Anything with a hive mentality. You're going to have your worker ants. They're going to be a little bit bigger. They're going to get special living quarters. They're going to get special treatment. They've got certain jobs. The people underneath them listen, or you're going to get ran the fuck over. That's just how the order works, and so on. You got the worker ants. You got the ones who wipe the queen's ass and make sure her little butthole's in the right place to drop an egg. You know what I mean? Everybody will be assigned a task to make the hive work as efficiently as possible.
Yeah, you're born that way. Like it's the queen herself decides what your job and role is in the hive.
Come here
And
so I
if
can
you're-
stick you, and then I'll tell you which department you're going to.
Yeah, she actually looks at you and goes, "Okay, worker. Okay, warrior."
Right.
And she does it. She goes, "Okay." And there, some would say there's a type of telepathic link through the hormones, like I'm sorry, the pheromones, right? And she can judge like how many worker ants she has, how many warrior ants she has, how many brooder ants she has, just by smelling the air.
Right.
And
It is it's flock camera for their nose.
Yeah.
We
And-
see the same thing with bees. We all know if a wasp stings you, you're about to get fucked up by every other wasp who's close because they smell it. They're like, oh, that's the sting this thing smell.
Yeah, they drop a pheromone. Well, bees, there is a difference between bees and wasps. Yeah, wasp you can fuck with. You can just wasp. They do have some pheromones sometimes, but they go off of movement. So if you stand still, they won't hit you. That's the theory, and it does work a lot. Bees,
you told me that,
will-
and I've used it. It's very effective.
bees will hunt you to the ends of the earth. They're a little bit more intelligent, because they're not as aggressive as the wasp. So and they sacrifice themselves. That one bee is going to hit you and sacrifice himself to put a pheromone marker on you that all of his other friends are going to come to kill you. A wasp you can just because he continuously tries to sting you, right?
And their only purpose in life is to sacrifice their life for the good of the hive.
Yeah, like without question. Like attacker, intruder, threat. I die, kamikaze, and you're gonna die next because all my, hundreds of thousands of brothers and sisters are gonna come out of that fucking hive, and have a purpose, right? Drive you. Yeah, fire ants and birds. Yeah, right. Park said.
There are no bugs around me. Well, there's a few ants on the tree, but it's acorns all over the place around here. Acorns and sticks. I got some raking to do.
So
That's not a today problem. America. 2 hours and 31 minutes. Wow. Sunday afternoon in America. 1:10 in the only time zone that matters.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I almost did 9 hours last night.
Oh, speaking of watch,
I shut it down at 8 hours and 50 minutes.
Damn it, man.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. I was like, I can't carry on anymore.
You need to commit yourself to a 14-hour one, sir.
No. Oh no.
I think you got.
That'd be crazy. I think I could. Yeah, easily. But I'm gonna pay for it. That's the trade-off.
Yeah, it's gonna suck. Yeah.
Yep. I'll need 2 coffees for that one. 2 coffees, lots of beer, and some America. Yeah.
You did a 40-hour.
Yeah, Camel Carl. 40 hours live stop, nonstop. See anyone beat that yet. I don't think I want to try to beat that one.
It
I
ain't
mean, I
that
guess I
serious.
could, put my phone in a freaking battery pack and just have it right here as continuing across, life. Take a nap, whatever. Put it off to the side when I use the bathroom. I just have it going for no reason. I did a sleep live stream. I was during the live stream. I was like, you know what? I'm tired, and that went on for hours. Mhm.
Afternoon coffee time. You said it's still pretty damn pleasant out here. This doesn't make any sense. This is September weather.
Wow, nice.
Perfect little breeze. Even in the sun, it's not really too bad. Shade is perfect though.
Nice. I can't wait for fall.
Matter of weeks.
What's up,
This is
Days?
the impatient part of the year. September, end of August, all the way through September, and usually about halfway through October is the season. Get everything buttoned up, winter ready. Any little projects that need to be finished off, all the cleaning and all that good shit. The rush is coming.
Yep. The desperation. Oh no, I gotta get this done. Right. All that procrastination that everybody did. Yeah.
Say it works
Yep.
in cycles. When you're chasing the seasons instead of the clock, it's got its plus and minuses. But I know I only have to bust ass for 3 months at most, and then I get to sit down for a month. You know what I mean? So the trade off, I'm all right with it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yep. And you make sure that everything's done, you know, and however long that takes you, and however much energy and effort you put into that, you know.
That's what I was saying the other day. The paycheck for a homesteader isn't a physical paycheck. It's the time to do whatever the fuck I want. It's the time to wake and bake with the internet. What up, S. Hines? You know what I mean? I get paid in the time to sit out here and play with the goats. You know what I mean? That's the paycheck. That's the trade off. It's not the
Yeah.
physical shit. It's the fact that I'm in charge of what I can do or study with my life because I have the time available. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
the paycheck for homesteading. It's not fancy, but it's freedom.
Mm. Yeah. I like that. I do. One of my greatest joys in the world is sleeping in.
Right?
It's like my little fuck you to work. And I, I get to sleep in. Oh yeah. You know. And then there's times when, I'm doing something, I'm like, I gotta go fishing, so I gotta wake up at 4:30 in the morning. You know, because you know, that's the schedule of having fun or whatever, or I gotta wake up early to hit the gun range, get in there, or I'm doing something. So but it's my schedule. Yeah, I can see that having that lifestyle, like that's you have the choice. You can squander your days, your hours, or you could just hey, hunker down, let's get it done, right?
Right?
Figure out
But
your
see,
own
that's the
schedule.
trade off. It's like you'll have a. I mean, Hillbilly can attest to it. You bust your ass in spurts, but there's downtime. There's always downtime, and that downtime is where you get to play. You know? There's time to
Yeah.
work and there's time to play if you're doing it right. It comes in spurts. Now, obviously, the more responsibilities you put for yourself, the more you got to do. 1,000 acres, you got to run fence every single day. You know what I mean? You're working a 80-hour a week job, but you kind of put yourself in that position. That's you know what I mean. That's a lot of responsibility for one person to try to find peace. Unless working is your peace, then there you go. You got that too.
Right. once again, it's a purpose. You know, you have purpose in life. You got to make sure that that fence is secure
I've
and your
got that.
livestock is not going to leave. You know, check on your livestock. It's more personal, right?
Right.
You know, and it's totally. I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, you. The responsibility is yours. Nobody else is going to do it unless you have kids or you have somebody who's going to do it. But still, you got to make sure that the job is done.
Right.
And that's up to you and how you do it and how you schedule yourself and everything. And it could suck. It could really suck. Like crap. I got 20 line of fence that I got to replace because a tree fell on it. Or there was a washout or something. And you're like, "Ah, damn, I got to get to work."
Right.
And you're working. You know.
The simple life is not simple, but it is. Yeah. It comes down to abundance. How much do you want? And do you know yourself enough to know what you can manage responsibly, effectively? Everybody, I want the 6-bedroom house with 3 fucking bathrooms, 18-car garage, and then I want 100,000 acres behind me. Like, yeah, it sounds good on paper, but every time I see a big ass house, I'm just like, God damn, how long does it take to clean that fucking thing?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that's like 3 hours of vacuuming and dusting and just the simple shit becomes a massive operation. You know,
Like spiders work fast around here. I don't know if I can chase spider webs in the ceiling corner every day.
right?
That's too much to keep a hold of. We put way too much on our plates without actually realizing the maintenance that comes with such a thing. That's why when I see a lot of people talk about, 100 acres, I'm going to get 100 acres and do this, I can handle it. Like, all right, right on. You may be able to. I can't. 100 acres is ridiculous. To work, to manage the whole thing, leaving it
Yeah.
wild, yeah, different story. But you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like I'm doing this. I see what I'm doing on 3 acres. Ain't no way in hell I would ever be able to do a functioning 100 acres. Impossible, impractical. Know my limits on how much I can do and how much I can maintain. People want to bite off more than they can chew just to say that they have it. Neglect it, never use it, let it sit and rot just because they want to say that they have it.
Yeah, right, Lady Smith. What happens when you get hurt, get sick? You got 100 acres.
Yeah.
It's gonna have
Yeah,
to
the
let it
what
go.
if. Yeah, the what ifs are a big part about if you're buying land and shit. Like Rescue used to say, what if you end up in a wheelchair? You going to be able to get up your fucking driveway?
Yeah.
Little things like that people overlook and take for granted. Do I have a defense for a forest fire? I got a garden hose. The house won't burn. Everything else is Jesus take the wheel. I mean,
Yeah, building an easement around your property so your house doesn't burn. That's important. Clearing out the land, the underbrush, the the uh the logs laying there that are just been seasoning for years, ready to just ignite.
land management is something that a lot of people don't. I've noticed we have a high turnaround rate or turnover rate down in here, in this general area. People are like, oh, I'm going to get a vacation spot to come to the lake for the summer, that type of shit, and then they never fucking last. But it's
Yeah, right.
Squirrel.
At some point, the lake could, take your house.
Yeah.
Got a lot of rain that year. You come to your little spot. You're like, yeah, we're gonna go to the cabin by the lake and enjoy some
Thank you,
time.
Jeff.
It's been a year.
I went squirrel land management. A lot of people come down here to buy land and shit. but they never actually do anything to the woods. They just kind of leave it. You know what I mean? Like there's even some people that I know who are, I'm going to live off the land. There's still no actual land management. It's just I'm going to move this, put it here, put it here, put it here.
Yeah.
There's, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people who do, but a lot of people who don't. That shit matters. The health of your forest, of your wild, you know, clearing the appropriate dead things, you know, knowing how to keep a forest healthy and alive, just like you can keep your garden alive. All that matters too.
Yep. I have to be thankful for my background in Tennessee, and that land management concept. I remember I remember clearing fire breaks around a farm. You know, and that was a yearly thing, sometimes 2 or 3 times a year. You know,
Right.
getting in there and doing a lot of raking and shoveling and hauling stuff off. Doing control burns, and then it doesn't matter because, well, it does because then you got a fire happens, and now you've got 1,000 acres and 5 or 6 farms that are burning, and everybody's trying to communicate and coordinate and help each other out. It's wild. I've been in forest fires going, am I going to die? you know well, if you keep if you keep working at that fire break, we'll be fine. Oh shit, there goes the cornfield. uh you know it's very important, right? And then of course, if you're thinking about uh uh you know um animals on your property, let's say you want to be you want to cultivate the deer population and not cultivate the coyote population.
Right.
You've got to do some management there. That's what the whole hunting programs, that's what they do, right? They monitor how many deer are taken, how many grouse are taken, or whatever, right? Oh, it's open season all year round on coyotes, and they're killing everything. You know, uh, knowing what your land needs. What if say you're going to be managing a hunting property, you know, that's your thing, right?
Right.
And you got to really look at the land, and start to manage it.
You almost sound nostalgic, sir. Are you ever
I
going to
do.
return to
I
your
do.
motherland of Tennessee?
I did, and it's gone now.
Not the
It's
same.
it's not the same. Yeah. I even tried to get into the woods that surrounded my hood, and there's no place to park, safely. The
Right.
hood is worse now. Uh, there's more development going on, and so it's like, oh man, yeah, everything changes. Everything changes.
Yeah.
But in the future, finding my own woods, definitely. You know, have my own woods. These are my woods. I run these woods.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
I set the gun line. Right.
Mhm. Yeah, I want a range. I do. I want an outdoor range. I need an outdoor range. I need that.
Long range, like 50 cal long or 223 long.
You know what? I'd be happy. That's why I want I would be happy with the worst kind of land that's got just draws and creeks and hills, and everybody's like, well, you don't want to build there. I'm like, yeah, I do. And I just go down to the creek, and I've got 200, 300 yards of a straight shot to shoot at. I can just set up anywhere, shoot into the side of a mountain, not have to worry about it.
That's what I wanted. Landscape. I like where I'm at. You know what I mean? But the dream place, landscape.
Utopia.
I want caves. I want creeks. I want hollers, rock out cliffs.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, and
Ozarks.
that wild land, that wild land, it's nobody wants it because it's hard to develop,
Yep.
right?
Nope.
So
Put in the work to build on it. Yeah.
I'll dig inside. I'll put a house inside of a mountain, on the side of a hill,
Right.
in a hill, right? Cover that bitch up. That'd be badass. I'd go subterranean. I would. I would. I don't know. Dreams and admirations, right? Let's see what happens. Uh,
Fingers crossed. You will get your freedom someday, sir.
yeah, I guess if it is, if it is freedom, if I can enjoy it, you know, West Virginia is gorgeous. Yeah, more and more. Look, it's winning out over northern PA. Yeah, West Virginia is wild. Wow. I mean,
West
the
Virginia
terrain
is some of
itself.
the country.
Yeah, you can just claim a mountain and it's yours. You'll never have to worry about your neighbors. So you'll never see them, right? Nor could you get to them unless you got a four-wheel
Kentucky.
drive or a mountain goat.
This is it. All the pretty spots have been taken over by communists, man.
Yeah, think about it. California, that's wild country over there. Parts of
The
New York,
Rockies. Right.
you know, beautiful country. Yeah.
We're at 249,
I
y'all.
think it's getting about that time for me to get off of here and do something. I got a few
Yep.
things I need to do.
Right on. Appreciate you. I was just getting ready to get rid of we ain't got much time left speech, so that works out. And your volume disappeared. I think you got a call.
Yes, it did. What's going on here?
Yankee, I agree. Yeah. People have no imagination. They can't see what it could be. They only see what it is. Putting in work is never a factor.
Wow.
We can still hear you. You're just very low.
I can barely hear you. It's weird. So yeah, I will take this opportunity to get out of here since I guess the YouTube algorithm's like, oh, he's leaving. Great. Let's shut off his mic. Or shut off his speaker so he can't hear.
As always,
Yeah.
appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. And skull to everyone. Have a great Sunday. Thank you, brother.
America.
Having me up.
Look that way, you fucking weirdos. What's wrong with you? I got 40% left on my phone. Mad Shad, y'all. My brother from the other side of the ice wall. Unless y'all got anything else to throw out there, I'm going to go ahead and pack up. Go get situated by my tree. Get that shit going. I don't know if I'll get it all done today, but I'm going to make a hell of a dent. It's cleaning up pretty easy. Yeah, next month, rush to clean the yard. So mid-September, we will do an entire yard mow. Everything except for the pasture. Everything will get mowed once. And then right before the harvest party, I will just do a basic bitch mow in the general spots, the yard areas. And that should be it for mowing for the year. Good to go. And then a lot of raking. A lot of raking. You better take it easy, Lady Smith. I don't know when I'm going to get back to the pond, but it will be eventually. Getting all these trees out of the way is going to whoop my ass. So I might have to days. Oh, man. All right. I'm going to go do some shit. Go do something, y'all.